Hi everyone, welcome to Invent Your Mind. Thank you for joining me. My name is Gayani. I am an intellectual property and business law attorney. I practice in California, and I also do trademarks, intellectual property meaning trademarks, copyrights, and I am a patent attorney. I don't do prosecution of patents anymore. But so this video is going to be about hiring consultants to help with building your business and what you want to think about as far as intellectual property rights. So just keep in mind this for educational purposes only. If you have a specific question or concern, no matter, please consult with the attorney who works in this field in where you're at. So with that, so let's say you're developing a product and you want to hire a couple of consultants who's going to help you with building that product. You want to keep in mind how the patent rights work, because patent is an intellectual property right that is granted to you as an inventor. Now, the inventorship in United States, it's really matter who the inventors are. Even if you are filing as a company, you need to identify the inventor. And to be an inventor, it doesn't matter. They say you have 80% of your product designed and but you hire somebody to help you with the last 20% to kind of get it to perfect. Well, they still have rights. They still can be an inventor of your concept, because it doesn't matter that you have 95% and they did 5%, they are still considered inventor. So that's why it's really important you have work for hire clauses in your consulting agreements that identifies and tells them that whatever they are creating for on behalf of your company is going to be assigned over, and they will actually work with you in getting the patent rights, because during the patent application process, you will need them to sign certain declarations, certain things. So you do want their collaboration if possible, because there are ways to sometimes submit if somebody is not cooperating, but the best case scenario is much easier if they have a somebody who's willing to do this. So you also want to have in that consulting agreement, because of that somebody, even if you hire them for a 2 months period, the patent process will probably be a couple of years. So you want to make sure they are available and responsive. So you want to put that into the consulting agreement that you're sending them, that indicates that, not only they will help you build this right now, the concept, but they will also be available and responsive going in the future when you need them. And that's something you could add into your consulting agreement. Also, I will caution that I have looked at these. I do a lot of contract review and consulting agreements and all sorts of contracts. And I've seen it where sometimes somebody will send me a contract they gotten from somebody else. And it's really written for IP. They're discussing the intellectual property classes. They're really discussing copyrights, not patent rights. They may not be directly saying it, but they're referring to certain terms that are more identified with copyrights than patent rights. So those are the nuances that you need to know, because if you're especially using a template from somewhere else, you want to be careful what's in that template and how you have what you have put in there that will be assigned over to your company or you based on that contract language. So those are a few things to think about. And also keep in mind, if you're hiring a consultant for your business and you have some trade secrets, for instance, that are part of your business process, you first you want to determine, do they need to know that? If they do need to know that for what they're doing, the services they're providing, you want to make sure your consulting agreement covers specifically that they will have some access to the trade secrets. And what does that mean? meaning they have to obtain, they are obligated to maintain confidentiality and non-sharing of proprietary information for the duration of a trade secret trade secret. So if your term of your agreement is 2 years and it expires after that, and it doesn't address the trade secret portion, then you are also in trouble because you haven't now addressed that part, that now you don't have the protection you think you have. So it's important to make sure if you're hiring a consultant that you think these kind of things through. What do they have access to? What are they doing, the services, and how does the services they provide, what does the business need? So those are a few things to think about, and also making sure that the consultant is understanding if they're doing similar type of work for other places, and if their trade is, let's say, they're engineer who specifically work on certain type of instrument or something. Well, you want to make sure if they're consulting for other like potential competitor, that they do not disclose what you are discussing with them. So again, while it's harder to have non-compete certain times, especially with consultants, there are limitations on what they were willing to sign. You want to have those provisions that, for one thing, you don't want them to breach any confidentiality they have signed with somebody else and bring some idea that's based on their doing for company X into you and basically contaminate your invention and get you in trouble. So we want to make sure this is a consultant that understands that separation, legal separation of what they can share and what they cannot share if they're working with other businesses, or if you're able to put in provisions in that consulting agreement who they can or cannot work with. So based on the state laws and where you're at, you might be able to include certain restrictions. So those are a few tips for hiring consultants. I hope that helped you think about certain things. And if you like this video, like, share, subscribe. Subscribing does help with reaching a broader audience. So with that, and there's other videos on my channels for entrepreneurs and startup and strategies for startups. Hope you check them out, and thank you for your time, and hope you join me next time.